Welcome to my commentary for the Shizuoka Festival. So I haven't done one of these in a while, but I wanted to do one for this video because it was just so much fun going to the Shizuoka Festival. This was my first time going to the Shizuoka Festival, and yes, and I had a lot of fun even though it was raining. So we ate a lot of things, a lot of yummy things, including oysters. The oysters that you can see here, it was really yummy, and it felt like you were by the ocean. even though this place couldn't be further from the ocean, but when we had it, that was definitely the feeling. It was so good and super fresh. And yes, and we had a lot of other food, so I'll tell you about them as we see the booths, and hopefully you also enjoy looking at the other things. So here's a booth with some grilled meats, and we definitely had some of those. So I had some pork. Sorry about that. I had some pork sirloin, and Ryuichi had gyutan, which is cow tongue. They were both pretty good, and I think they were about 600 yen per stick, so maybe a bit expensive, but it was worth it. It was really good. This is the Japanese craft cola booth. So I had the original taste, or I think it was basic. They called it basic, and yes, it was also really good. It was 500 yen a cup, and they made it in front of you. They made it in front of me, I should say. So they have a syrup that they make, their own original formula, and then they mix it with tonic water and then put ice. It was really yummy. This is the Mossberger Booth. I'm not sure why anyone would want to get Mossberger at a festival. I mean, you can literally get a Mossberger everywhere else in Japan. But I guess some people like what's familiar. As you can see, there's a big screen. You can see on the big screen what's happening on the stage. So if you want to see the performance and you can't see the stage very well, then you can look at the big screen. So there are a lot of people who are watching the performance. Actually, this day, the turnout is still pretty good, even though it was raining. And we were also surprised that there was so many people, and a lot of them were really ready for the rain. Like a lot of kids had their raincoats on, had rain boots on, so they were prepared. They knew that it was gonna rain, but they went anyway. And actually the parade was canceled, but the performances, like the stage performances, as you just saw, they still pushed through because there's a stage anyway. Oh, on the right, I guess you kind of missed it, but that was a garbage booth. So as you can see, the ground is pretty clean. So even though everybody is eating, everybody is, holding some sort of a skewer or a kind of cup or whatever, the ground's really clean because so there's a garbage booth. You can just go there and dispose of your trash. And there's a guy there who actually already segregates the trash so that it won't be a hassle later on. Pretty good idea. I hope all festivals have something like that. And yes, what else? So let's talk about more of the booths here. So this is a Tapioca Booth. That's bubble tea, in case you don't know what tapioca is, but I think everybody knows what tapioca is. So they sell tapioca and crepes. So a lot of people like crepes in Japan. It's a very common dessert or snack. So at festivals, I always see them, and at places where there are food trucks and stuff. And there are a lot of crepes also at the mall. This one is a kebab sandwich. Kebab is also a really popular food in Japan, even if there's not a festival. You can pretty much find them everywhere. Usually on a food truck. There are a lot of food trucks. We actually had kebab at this place at the Sumpu Castle Park. That's the venue for this festival. And I think it's the biggest park in Shizuoka City, so that's why they have the festival here every year. So sometimes, even though there's no event, there's a kebab food truck here, and we had some kebab last week at the same place. And so I said that they have the festival every year. I should say that they used to. So the festival was of course canceled in 2020, and last year they had it, but just a very small version of it. Like there were no parades, also no performances, just a few booths. And actually we didn't go. We just saw it on YouTube. And so by the way, this festival is every April 1st to 3rd. Or around that time, because that's also the time that the cherry blossoms are in full bloom in this park. So when they have the festival here, that's also when a lot of people are doing hanami, cherry blossom viewing. They're having picnics, and it's really great. So that one was a booth where they are selling goldfish to the kids. So if you can catch a goldfish by yourself, then you get to keep that goldfish for yourself. So you have a pet. I think it's one of the classic festival booths in Japan also. So see here, there's another kebab place. There are a lot of food, but there are also a lot of booths for the same kind of food. And here, we just want to show you a bit more of the park. When there's no festival, it still looks really beautiful. Like, as you can see, there's like a lake. Is it a lake there? There are some ducks there sometimes and some turtles. And there's a cherry blossom. There are a lot of trees. There's a nice looking bridge. Maybe we'll come back to this place also on a regular day, so you can see what it looks like when there's no festival. It's still pretty beautiful. And so there are also some booths that have games and that sell toys. So not all the booths have food. A lot of them have food, but there are also some that sell toys or some crafts, some things that local businesses make. And and here are some Choco Bananas. There are so many versions of Choco Bananas. Like, some of them are of course the classic with the brown chocolate and sprinkles, but some have white chocolate, some have other colored chocolate, and some of them look like characters. Unfortunately, we couldn't see it very well earlier, but they actually had a Pikachu and Minion banana, and I think one of the booths also had a Hello Kitty banana, so that was really cool. And so on the left, as you can see, as you have seen, that was a booth with toys, and so it was like a lottery thing, and you can win a toy. This one sells flowers and other kinds of toys. And this is the other stage. So there were two stages. Do you call them stages? This is the small one. The bigger one was the one where we were earlier, where we started, and this is the smaller one. So this is for like the smaller performances. And so also a few people were watching that performance. And what else? So this is also the part where it gets a little muddy, as you can see. So the ground's all covered in sand. Is it sand? So it's not really that muddy, but there are some puddles, as you can see. So it did get a little bit difficult to walk, but it's all right if you have boots on. We actually had our winter shoes, snowshoes on, so my feet didn't get wet, but Ryuichi's feet did, because his snow boots are kind of old, so they're what do you call it? Is broken? Is it broken? Maybe they're broken. Okay, but yes. So there are a lot of things here. There are a lot of people. Everyone's got umbrellas, and their umbrellas are all different colors. They are all really cute. That one's a Castella booth. Castella is like a pastry, sweet pastry, almost like a pancake, like a small pancake. What else? And yeah, so there are a lot of other meats. That one is jaga butter. So that's potato butter. So it's a baked potato. They put butter on it, and then it's so delicious. It's really warm, and butter, of course, on potato is just the best thing. And they can put other flavors on it, like the one that we got also had garlic. It was spicy garlic, so it was garlic and black pepper. So it was super yummy. And they also have some with, cheese or some vegetables and things like that. But we got the spicy garlic one because I think that's the best one. And yeah, so it was a bit difficult to walk. We had doubts about whether we could film here actually, because we were thinking that, maybe it would be too difficult to film because there are so many people. But we did it anyway because we were just excited. We really want to share what's going on, and we're excited that there's a festival again. So this shop on the left, that's the Oden shop, and that's not here because of the festival. That's just always in this park. Do you say in? On? In this park. It's a mainstay, the oden shop, and they have really, really good oden. We eat there sometimes. It's not too expensive. So it was kind of a surprise for us to see a lot of people eating there also, because we just thought that, well, it's available all the time. But I think there were a lot of outer town. It's so difficult to speak. Okay, I think there were a lot of out-of-towners who came to this festival. So they were probably the ones eating oden there because, they can't, they don't often come here. Okay, there's sweet potatoes. So I really wanted to eat the sweet potatoes, but we just didn't have enough space in our stomachs. That was a kakigori booth. Kakigori is shaved ice, if you don't know. It's a summer food, but I guess it's also a festival food, and I saw a lot of people still eating it even though it was pretty cold and raining. Oh, this is ichigo ame. That's candied strawberry, so we also had some of that. It was really yummy. It was my first time to have ichigo ame, and it was so delicious. It was the best thing. It's strawberry that's covered with candy coating, and it was just really, really yummy. They also have ichigo ringo, candied apple. As Ryuichi said, that's the most classic one. And they have candied oranges, grapes, any other kind of fruit. So we only had time to try the apple and strawberry ones, and they were really delicious. So actually we were thinking of unfortunately this is the last day of the festival, and so we weren't able to come back. But when we were watching this video, we were thinking of maybe we should have come the day before, and maybe we should have come for 2 days, because you can't eat everything that you want in one day. It's just impossible. So it would be good to come back another day to try the things that you weren't able to when you went previously. I know like this one, karaage, fried chicken. I wasn't able to eat any karaage at all, but I really wanted to try some because they all look so good, and they were they were all, they were all warm, and of course you want something warm when you're in this place and it's raining and it's really cold. It did get really, really cold, especially later in the afternoon. So that's when we got really, really cold. That's when we decided to come home. This one has coffee, and I really wanted to get coffee. But yes, as I said, we were pretty full by the time that we got to this part, so we weren't able to try that coffee either. So maybe next year. Well, Ryuichi says that those booths are still around for other festivals, so not just the Shizuoka Festival, so maybe we'll see them again some other time. And we're almost at the end now, so we just wanted to show you how the rest of the park looks. As you can see, there are cherry blossoms everywhere, right? So all around the park, they're there. This is one of the nicer gardens. And yes, and that's it for our Shizuoka Festival Walk 2022. Hopefully we'll get a chance to show you this festival again next year, or maybe other festivals in Shizuoka. And yes, I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe.